Okay, I was probably one of the last people on this planet who didn't really know that The Sims 3 Generations brought the possibility of opening an active daycare to the game. But when I was doing some research for my video about the evolution of hobbies, I discovered this feature of the expansion pack and I was like, yep, time to live my Miss Honey fantasy in The Sims 3. I mean, one of my Miss Honey fantasies. There are some Miss Honey fantasies I can't really share with you guys.
Thank God.
First things first, I created my own version of Miss Honey, who, as I expected, looks nothing like the original one. Yay, great job, Lady Drama. But honestly, I think I kind of succeeded at making a sim with the daycare specialist vibe, you know? The hair, the friendly face, and the combination of outfits I picked for her. I don't know, I like her. And look, I even went on and customized the fabric for her sneakers to match her everyday outfit and like her general vibe. Whenever I don't play The Sims 3 for a while, I tend to forget about the customization you get, and it's so freaking good. The personality traits I picked for Miss Honey are bookworm, family-oriented, over-emotional, perceptive, and shy. It's true that there is one trait specific to being a caregiver. I think it's called nurturing. But I like to give that trait when I am in more of a family dynamic situation with either parents, siblings, or relatives in general. Plus, she already got the family-oriented trait, which kind of fits the caregiver role as well. I was a bit indecisive about the lifetime aspiration, to be honest with you, because the game also suggested the surrounded by family one, and I almost went for that one. But then I thought, nah, let's give more depth to this woman's life. And considering she's also a bookworm, I went for the professional author. I mean, more power to you, Miss Honey. Girl boss over here wants a in-house daycare, read as many books as she wishes, and become an acclaimed writer. Sky is the limit, right? Miss Honey's favorites are mac and cheese, kids' music, and the color yellow. And her zodiac sign is Gemini, because I feel it reflects her personality very well. Ambitious but shy, but good at reading people, but also passionate about family time. An interesting woman filled with contradictions. We love to see that. I found a modest home for Miss Honey, kind of the only one she could afford with her budget. But at the same time, a lot that had a lot of available space to build our daycare, adding extra room for the kids to play outside. Yeah, I had to motherload once in order to create the annex for the daycare, but I know you won't judge me for it. We all do that from time to time.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
The daycare area I created has a main section for kids to play with a colorful carpeting filled with toys for all ages, an area for children to chill and watch TV, 2 high chairs for toddlers on one side, and a table with chairs for children on the other side. I also added a bathroom with a couple of potties for toddlers and some bathroom stalls for children. I put a fence in the area in the back of the house and created a mini playground by placing some outdoor toys like the hopscotch court, a toy oven, and some kiddie rides. There are many objects dedicated to outdoor activities for kids in The Sims 3, and it was really fun to choose the ones I wanted in our backyard. It's not a fancy space, you know, but I think it's fair, especially considering Miss Honey's daycare is going to be a growing establishment that starts as a one-woman show. So I didn't want it to look extremely fancy or refined. And I like the vibe it got. It looks kid-friendly without seeming too pretentious. Also, while I was in renovation mode, I thought Miss Honey deserves a funny yellow car to drive around town, so I bought her one. You deserve the best, girl. I didn't really change the main home because I was ready to start experiencing the daycare time, and so put most of my focus on that area. Well, little did I know, when I started playing, it was leisure day, so work was suspended. And then we had a weekend, so I couldn't really begin our business on the next day. What I did was taking this time to go around, enjoy some leisure day activities, meet some locals, buy new books for our wannabe author to read. I also got her to improve her cooking and writing skills.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
But let's talk about the daycare career for a second, because building the area where you'll host it isn't enough for you to open one. So how does it work? Basically, if you own a computer, you need to select jobs and professions and then find a profession. Once you do that, you'll find the option to become amateur babysitter in the daycare branch. The schedule for this profession is 4 days a week from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and the minimum salary is 100 simoleons per week. This first level includes toddlers only because each level you climb in the career will add more toddlers and eventually children as well. So it makes sense that when you start slowly. The bubble that appears when you enroll for the job mentions you'll get a new uniform as well, and honestly, I was very excited about that. On day 1, 2 parents came to drop off their toddlers, spawning at my lot at around 8:50 a.m. I know, so freaking early. One important thing is that I had previously locked the main entrance to my sim only to prevent other sims from entering Miss Honey's personal home. And yes, that idea was a good one. The only problem is that the game considers the main entrance you set for the lot as the daycare entrance. So when parents came to drop off their toddlers, they couldn't get in because I had locked the main entrance. So basically, on days of daycare, you should set the daycare door as your main entrance and everything will work smoothly. Honestly, this doesn't change much for your sim because the only difference is that the newspaper delivery kids will drop off the paper in front of the daycare entrance instead of your main home. Now, apart from the initial door inconvenience, everything else on our day 1 was so cool. I loved it. The daycare attendees show their needs every time you hover the mouse on top of them, so you always know what they are in need of, whether it's food, diaper change, social interactions, or playing. And yes, apart from the fact that this poor baby was wearing only pants and no t-shirt while there was a literal storm outside, everything else ran smoothly. Miss Honey fed them, changed them a couple of times, and even got to play and read books with them. During our snack time, the little shirtless boy threw his food to the floor and dirtied one of the chairs, but it wasn't a big deal. He just had to sit in filth for a couple of minutes. And finally, at around 10 to 7, the parents showed up to come and collect their precious babies. Miss Honey did a great job and we earned 240 simoleons with compliments from the parents. Yep, she slayed. On day 2, the same 2 toddlers showed up, but this time the little boy's parents had the decency of putting some extra clothes on him. They might have outdone it a bit, to be honest, because this time around he was wearing gloves. I don't get it. So on the second day, we did some new things like helping the kiddos while they were playing with the shapes box, and then we even tried teaching them new stuff. I know Miss Honey's expertise is really shooting for the stars here. Between diaper changing and feeding time, she even started teaching the little boy how to walk and the little girl how to talk. All of this effort earned her another great payday, earning again 240 simoleons and more kudos from the parents. Look at what Ronnie's parents had to say. Your expertise at caretaking does not go unnoticed. Ronnie was in such a good mood when I picked him up. I'll start spreading the word. And also, it seems Ronnie's birthday was behind the corner because while Miss Honey was taking a shower to prepare to go downtown to purchase some new books, we got this message. Ronnie has grown up to be a fantastic boy. Due to your teaching, Ronnie will undoubtedly become a successful professional one day. Well, look at that! We spent 2 days with the kid and we had such a great influence. He will become a great professional because of the amazing Miss Honey's daycare. Yeah, she's unforgettable, baby. But unfortunately, life is so unpredictable. In fact, while Miss Honey was coming back from the bookstore, Something terrible was happening at her house. Yeah, a burglar had the audacity to try and steal from Miss Honey's home. Luckily, I did place an alarm when I was done creating the daycare space because I couldn't stand the idea of somebody coming and stealing our shit. And the criminal was diligently arrested. Considering Ronnie's recent birthday, on day 3 we were ready to welcome a new joiner at the daycare. A little girl brought in by this diva, filling up the room with 2 baby girls, Megan and Carla. The day with them went pretty smoothly as we already knew Megan, with whom Miss Honey is even friends now, and the newcomer Carla turned out to be a very sweet and loving baby. We even continued teaching Megan how to talk, while little Carla patiently sat next to us. Probably interested in eavesdropping any new words Megan was learning to repeat. The day went very well. I was really enjoying the vibe at the daycare because it's just so cute to see all the animations between Miss Honey and the toddlers and explore the different activities we get to do with them. Honestly, if you manage to have your sim ready for the day with a good feeling breakfast, and if you have a bathroom near the common area where the children are playing, you will barely need to worry about the caregiver's needs and the day will literally fly by. By 7 p.m., the parents came to pick the girls up and everyone was satisfied with Miss Honey's performance, so much that she even got a promotion. She's now a cool caregiver, ranking 1 level up in her job progression. The new schedule remains the same from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., but the minimum pay increased by 100 simoleons, and the daycare can now welcome another toddler, bringing the total of attendees to 3 toddlers. I love that the game says word is getting around about the daycare and another family wants you to babysit their child. I know it's just a dialogue bubble, but I like these extra nice touches in the game. And also, surprise, surprise, we've unlocked a new uniform, baby. I hope it's cooler than the first one, I'll tell you that. So, considering the job and the weather, Miss Honey has been spending a lot of time at home and she's starting to go a bit insane according to her moodlet. So I decided to have her go out for dinner. I mean, what's better than a nice meal to celebrate a well-deserved promotion? And you know what? That was a really good idea because look at this cutie Miss Honey met at the restaurant's parking lot. It seems Mr. Connor and Miss Honey have a few things in common. For example, he's also a bookworm and he's also single. Plus, she felt attracted to him the moment they said their very first hello. I mean, what could happen next? A date with Connor? Another promotion? I can't wait to find out, honey. And I really think she and Connor make an amazing couple, so I definitely want to explore this connection a bit better. And you have to come back for more time with us. Come on, you can't miss it, baby. This was my very first time having a daycare in The Sims 3 and honestly, it was so much fun. Plus, I'm always surprised when this kind of active things, like active jobs, run smoothly without weird glitches. And although I know I have just started, I don't have any complaints to point out there. I'm extra curious to see how Miss Honey's journey continues, so do let me know if you enjoyed this video and if you're interested in a part 2. I actually want to know how harder it gets when you have the combo of toddlers and children, so honey, if you're up for it, I'll definitely and gladly spend some more hours with Miss Honey's daycare in The Sims 3. If you enjoyed this video and you want to support the channel, feel free to leave a like and do join me here at the Drama House by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. My name is Lady Drama and I hope I'll see you very soon.